Hey guys, James is getting his stuff together for lemon curd right now. Um, I posted the recipe in the event. Is that timer on the oven changing? What is it?
20.
Okay. So I posted the recipe. We actually used the Sally's Baking Addiction lemon curd, but you can use whatever you want to use. We don't make many things with lemon curd, but this is a great way to use your leftover egg yolks if you're making a bunch of macaroons. So he has 4 egg yolks in the bowl right now, and just added 2/3 of a cup of sugar. He is juicing a lemon right now. It calls for 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice, which is what, 2 or 3 lemons?
Yeah.
And then he's zesting a lemon. When you do this, you want to be careful that you're not getting the white, bitter part of the lemon into your stuff.
So you want roughly a tablespoon of lemon zest. We just bought a bag of lemons because we're going to use quite a few of them. These are smaller than.
These aren't the large, fancy lemons you would find near the seafood section. They're a bag of lemons, so they're smaller, which is why he's using so much.
So it'd be about 1 large lemon, 2 smaller lemons.
If you don't have a zester at home, you can use a cheese grater, a fine cheese grater.
Yeah, fine. Make sure
If you
it's
don't-
fine though, because it will dig into the pith easier.
He's getting some more juice.
Well, I wanted to zest the lemons before.
Mm-hmm. I like lemon curd. We just don't make it often because we don't use it for anything. But we're both trying to lose weight, so we're not eating lemon curd anymore. Right now, James is working on a lemon curd that he's making out of leftover egg yolks from macaroons yesterday. And then he'll be doing creme brulee.
We're right at about 1/3 of a cup.
Ooh, yes. It would be so good as a filling in a cake. This is going to sound really lazy. We actually only offer chocolate and vanilla cake unless somebody asks for something else. We mainly do chocolate and vanilla. Last week we did 16 cakes, and they were all chocolate and vanilla except for one cookies and cream cake. And James made an Oreo pudding type filling for that.
Just a helpful tip: if you're making Oreo buttercream, use a cream cheese and butter base. If you only use butter, the buttercream soaks up, or the Oreos soak up moisture from the buttercream, and it will make it really stiff.
Do what? So for the creme brulee, we usually do an 8x8, but he's going to show you some ramekins too.
We don't sell these anymore.
We don't sell them anymore. Yeah, so half the butter and half cream cheese. Are you going on the stove, right?
Yeah, just about.
So he's going to put this on his makeshift double boiler. It's important that you keep it moving so that you don't cook your eggs.
So just you want to keep running your whisk around the sides, because that's where it will start to thicken first, and it will cook your eggs if it stays there. And you could do this with limes, oranges. It's pretty versatile. And after you learn this technique, this is how some dessert sauces are made as well.
It's thickening.
Yeah. So just a little tip, if you feel like it starts to thicken pretty quickly, or you feel like your eggs are starting to cook, go ahead and take it off the heat. And you can whisk it on the side for a second to give it a chance to cool back down. Because what you don't want is your egg yolks to cook. I mean, you want them to cook, but you want them to cook slowly so it thickens your sauce, but it doesn't scramble your eggs. See, if you'll notice, it's getting thick around the sides and the middle still.
Bobby said, thanks so much for doing this. I've never attempted doing this before, but I think I might give it a try. Belinda said same amount of liquid for orange. Question
Is she
mark.
asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would use the same amount of liquid for the orange curd. You've made passion fruit curd before too, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. So like you can make, there's a dessert sauce called creme anglaise. It's made with egg yolks and milk or heavy cream and vanilla. That's also ice cream base.
Does it have to be fresh squeezed?
No, it doesn't. But you need zest, so I mean, you don't have to put zest in it, but you're not going to get as pungent of a flavor.
How did you make the passion fruit curd?
Passion fruit juice, same concept. I mean, you don't have to have zest. That zest just gives it a little bit of extra flavor.
You used passion fruit frozen puree, didn't you?
For what?
Passion fruit curd.
Yeah, it was a...
So for the passion fruit curd, he used a frozen passion fruit puree.
Concentrate.
Concentrate,
puree.
yeah. I'm not sure about the Christmas crates. We swore that we weren't going to do huge cookie assortments like that this year. So I know that I want to keep at least one set for pop-ups and vendor events, but I don't think I need 4 sets of them.
This is just about where we want it. A little bit longer. The thing about this is, like, no matter what stage you're at in it, you can cook. Your eggs can scramble if they get too hot.
Can you double the recipe?
Yeah.
Yes, you can make it as large as you need to. Yes, Angela. I would recommend that if you're going to use it in a macaroon, to put down like a layer of buttercream or white chocolate candy melt or something to give it a barrier. Otherwise, it's really wet, and it's going to sog up your cookie quickly.
You can also put a small ring of buttercream around the outside and take, say this is your macaroon shell, put a thin layer of buttercream down, and then put a dam around the outside of it.
So that it kind of stays in place.
It stays in place.
Is that done?
Yeah, just about.
Look at the timer. Someone said they use it for filling their cakes and cupcakes too.
Mm-hmm. That is done.
So he's gonna pause for a second. I'm baking biscotti, and it needs to get cut and rebaked. So he's gonna do that for me real quick. I'm actually using the biscotti recipe from Jessica. She did a live, I think last week, and it was really good. People liked it, so. I'm going to a vendor event November 7th and bring in a ton of biscotti with me. Michelle, I was at home. So we're at my grandmother's house, so that it's kid free. And this was my third batch of biscotti, and we weren't going to get it cooked and done and out of the house in time. So it had to come with us. I love Sally's bacon. I love everything that she makes. So I'll have to look at those. So that's going to go back into the oven for 10 more minutes. We usually bake with kids all over. We just try to do the lives here because it's quiet and the lighting is better. So now that the lemon curd is done, he's going to gear up and get ready to do creme brulee.
Yeah. So this is kind of what you're looking for with it. You want it to be to where you can tell that it's solidified and congealed kind of. Mm-hmm. So I will wrap this with plastic wrap.
What are we going to do with that? I don't care if you trash it.
Huh?
I don't care if you
You
trash
want me to show them after it's set up?
Oh, that's fine. I don't like curd too much. If it comes out of a jar, I'll eat it. But homemade curd, I don't like the egginess that it has. I'm also really finicky about food, though.
So you just want to cover it so a skin doesn't form on it.
What do you need help with? Nothing. He's just getting set up for a second.
So for my batch of creme brulee, basically it's 2 cups of heavy cream, 6 egg yolks, half a cup of sugar, and 1 vanilla bean. Now this recipe can be doubled, tripled, quadrupled.
You know, when I was working at station, I did like a whole flat of eggs creme brulee. Huge.
This recipe I've learned years ago, and I've always just kind of kept it in my wheelhouse. I think it was working in a restaurant. I have an uncanny ability to remember recipes.
No, Belinda, we don't lay the wrap directly on it. He just covered it, just covered the bowl. If they don't have a vanilla bean.
You can use vanilla extract, about a tablespoon.
What about lavender and...
So you can also do different flavors and variations with this recipe.
Is he mixing something with the sugar?
Yes.
Tell him what you have in the bowl.
So in the bowl is my half cup of sugar and 6 egg yolks.
Right now in the bowl, he said he has half a cup of sugar and 6 egg yolks.
Yeah. And I'll show you in just a second. So here's my pot.
How do you want the camera?
It's only one reason already.
Okay. Why we buy so many?
Huh? To have.
We make our own vanilla. If you are interested in vanilla, we get our beans from the Vanilla Bean Co-op. I usually pay anywhere from $9 to $12 an ounce. Are you just looking for a juicy?
Yeah. Go ahead and put my vanilla bean.
So he has the 16 ounces of cream and the vanilla on the stove.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I squeezed all the beans out and gotta throw the pot in there too.
So Les, you can use rum, alcohol. Some people use bourbon. We mostly stick to vodka. And you just put them in there and soak them forever. And then once you use, so many people like make a big deal of it. We're not like hardcore vanilla fans. We just do it because it's cheaper. some people will go and put more vodka in their bottle, but we don't. We just take the beans and then make a paste out of them. Bobby, do we feel like we get better flavor from making our own? It's just cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, I like to use the real vanilla as opposed to, I think at Sam's for an 8-ounce bottle of McCormick pure vanilla extract, it runs, hey, they're $20, almost $30. Yeah, I could spend. How much did we spend the last time?
I don't know. Probably about 200. 200. It was a lot.
Hey, we spent $200 on vanilla beans.
Look at all those vanilla beans.
This, we made probably 4 vodka bottles full.
Yeah, some of the vanilla bean people are pretty out there. But I guess just like we're obsessed with macaroons, they're obsessed with vanilla. Heather's watching us from Argentina.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and...
Couldn't you put that on the other side of the stove?
Yeah, well, I'm going to the thing. I'm just going to go ahead and turn my burner on low to start out. So basically what you want to do is you want to heat your milk up, or heavy cream, almost to where it's fixing to boil over, and then you're going to turn it off.
Did you put a timer on my biscotti? If you're baking along right now, he has the cream vanilla on low on the stove.
So you gotta just whisk that up. Now this is the stage where you would add, you can add lavender flowers, chai tea, any kind of teas you want. Be careful with like a hibiscus tea or stuff like that. That's going to change the color of your milk or cream.
So what all flavors have you made before at the restaurant?
I've made lavender. I think we did a lemon one.
Autumn chai or autumn spice.
Autumn spiced, which was the chai tea. We've done a pumpkin spice.
How'd you do that?
Just pumpkin. I mean, see, that's where a lot of people get... Pumpkin spice is just pumpkin spice. It doesn't have to have pumpkin in it.
So it was like cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger.
Yeah.
Joseph, right now, he's making creme brulee. A few minutes ago, he did a batch of lemon curd. And we also have biscotti in the oven, but that's something different.
So this is going on low. So this is where your arm will get tired. I recommend a heavy bowl, or you can take a towel and wet it and wrap it up like this and put it around the base of your bowl.
To hold on to.
For your bowl to hold on to. If your bowl's heavy enough, you don't really need that. So you're going to get this whisked, mixed together, and then you're going to whisk. It's going to turn pale yellow, and it'll get thick and ribbony.
When we get home, if I do a triple batch of biscotti, will you help me split it off?
Yes.
Okay. Can we do that with an electric? Is it necessary to whisk it by hand?
It's not necessary, but I don't know. In my opinion, you gotta.
James is very like old school kitchen type. When he teaches people at the restaurant, they learn the hard way before they learn the shortcut.
Yeah.
But yes, you can use an electric whisk.
Yeah. I feel you don't appreciate making it as much if you don't go through.
Everyone else feels like we want the easy way though, James. So yes, you can totally use an electric whisk.
I made béarnaise by hand for 3 years, 6 times a week.
How long have you been cooking professionally?
Probably about 10 years now.
Joseph said easier equal less labor costs.
For who? I'm the only one doing it. Alright, so this is kind of, see how it ribbons?
Are you allowed to use the blender at Circa for hollandaise or béarnaise? No. And less Dr. Bills.
Huh?
Less Dr. Bills for your shoulders and arms. Sarah said David decided to try to beat egg whites to stiff peaks by hand. He hasn't made that mistake again. Sarah, did you get the cookie tray I left on your porch? And thank you for the ice cream. Jackson's going to be excited. So he still had the... Can you grab my biscotti? So he still has the heavy cream on the stove on low. This has turned a pale yellow. He has whisked it by hand. You can use an electric mixer. There's the biscotti. That's from Biscotti Babe. She's in the sugar cookie marketing group and shared her recipe if you're interested.
So I'm going to turn this up since that is finished.
So we do have a few people baking along. Do you have any tips for them before we get started?
So with this is the
Hardest part.
hard part of creme brulee. You're going to temper your eggs so they don't curdle. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to slowly stream in your hot, heavy cream into your egg yolks and sugar and whisk the whole time. So this is the part to where an electric mixer kind of gets in the way. It makes it a little harder to pour in.
So if someone accidentally starts making scrambled eggs, is it too late to fix it?
Yeah.
So this part, you either make it or you trash it. These are some creme brulee dishes that we got for a wedding gift and have never used, little ramekins. These actually came from the restaurant. I don't know how they got home. What a weird thing. He probably brought creme brulee home a few times for me. How do we know when the heavy cream is ready?
I'll show you. So you're steeping it. I mean, you want it to be almost, don't let it boil, but like you'll see it start bubbling around the edges when it gets to the stage that it needs to be at. That's where you want to shut it off, because if it starts to boil, it will boil over and make a mess.
Are we setting the water bath up now or later?
We can set it up in a minute.
Okay.
So creme brulee, you do have to bake it in a water bath or it will curdle it.
Nicole, you're going to want to grab a large baking pan.
I mean, you could use like a 13 by 9 pan, anything like that.
Just to where it kind of sits in and it comes at least 2/3 of the way up.
Halfway.
About halfway. At least halfway. I don't think Mucky has a 13 by 9, does she?
Probably.
So you're going to want to find your ramekins, and this is what ours would look like in a 13 by 9, or this. Okay. Joseph, did you see the cookie cutter giveaway for men? Only men are allowed to enter. I think it's a Thanksgiving plaque and a pie. A pie slice.
So you can see it start to steam it up. It's getting close to that stage.
You want to show it?
So you can see it's slowly starting to bubble and boil in there.
What does it say?
Hi.
Does anybody eat the end pieces of biscotti?
I'm sure. Not to sell.
So what if we put the two ends in one bag?
To eat these two ends.
Oh. Hey, Lillian. Is it any good?
Mm-hmm.
So he's just waiting for that to warm up a little bit more.
You want it right before it's about to boil.
You know, when I was working at Station, I don't think I used an electric mixer for creme brulee. We didn't have one. We didn't have a hand mixer. I had to have done that by hand. Is that like the normal thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't have a hand mixer. I used to work at a senior care facility. I would work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I would cook the 40 or so residents breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Every once in a while, I would make them creme brulee. I would make them, you know, French toast in the morning, pancakes, but they loved my desserts more than anything. There was a little old guy. I made eggs Benedict one day, and really nobody cared for it, but he started asking for it a few times a week, so he liked that.
Let me see real quick.
See what?
So I don't know if you can tell from the phone, but you can kind of see almost a skin is formed on top. That's how you can tell your heavy cream is just about ready. And you can leave your vanilla bean in it because you're going to strain it afterwards. So I'll let Maradee have the camera back. We're going to go ahead and temper this into our eggs.
Is the heat on low or medium?
I turned it up to medium.
So it started off on low, and then at the very end, to speed it up, he put it on medium.
Basically, what you want to keep it on low until you get your egg mixture ready.
So it doesn't boil away.
Yeah. But you can turn it up after that. So we said this is the difficult part.
Out of 1 to 10, how embarrassed would you be if you cooked these eggs?
Probably pretty embarrassing.
Pretty embarrassed.
But
It does happen.
Huh?
It does happen.
Never had it happen.
I've had it happen. I was like,
I know you add stuff really.
no, I was about 15 trying to make creme brulee.
So you're gonna want to start out by pouring very little in. So you want to bring the temperature of your eggs up slowly.
I don't know what we're going to do with all this creme brulee.
And after you start to get it in there and you see it loosening up, you can go ahead and pour a little faster.
That vanilla bean is trying so hard to come out. He's just trying to get every last little vanilla pod out of there, vanilla beans. I can't sell creme brulee here. Before I got licensed, we would sell creme brulee, but now we cannot. I don't have any name. I mean, we'll get rid of it. The stuff, so in Georgia, the stuff that has to be like heavily refrigerated, we can't sell. So cheesecakes, creme brulee, curds, trifles, chocolate covered strawberries, or Iffy, not best friend, but my friend, she got the okay from her inspector to sell berries, but I didn't get the same okay, so.
So at this stage, you want to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Because what's going to happen is you see this foam on top. more that's going to rise, and you're going to want to spoon that off. Or ladle it off. The fancy name is dépouillage.
You want to talk about the lemon curd for a minute? So we're not going to be able to finish this together. When it goes into the oven, it's going to bake for about 30-40 minutes at 350. No, 300.
I usually do it on about 330, 325, 330. It's safer to just do it. It may take a little longer, but it's safer to do it at a lower temperature.
I'll type that. So 330 for how long?
30 to 40 minutes. You can rotate halfway through. But the other little tricky part about creme brulee is getting it in and out of the oven. Because it is in a water bath. So you need to make sure you don't want your water bath to splash into your creme brulee. Because it will ruin it. It won't turn out right. And another, use hot water.
For your water bath?
Yes.
This hotel pan looks pretty janky. I promise it's clean.
It's just old.
It's just old. It came from the restaurant too. Will you hand me that piece of bread?
This?
Yeah. You like that? You think it's a little bit overbaked?
No. The sky's hard. Got that coffee. So it's easier to put your ramekins in your dish that you're going to put it in. We're going to do we're going to do 4 mini ones, and then we're going to show an 8x8 as well. You want me to show this?
That's fine.
This isn't chilled completely, but this is what it's going to kind of look like. Should be nice and smooth. Those chunks are lemon zest, not egg. It's spreadable. Thick enough for fillings. And it tastes pretty good.
You like it? I can make you scones tonight. Biscuits.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to do 3 more biscotti batches.
I'm sure the cookies to bake.
I forgot about that. It's over there. So this is still getting a little bit of the foam rising. If you're just hopping on, James showed how to make a lemon curd, and this is creme brulee.
So I'll show you where, so you can tell the difference in them, where the foam stops. And if you leave that foam in it, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to rise to the top of your creme brulee. And leave little bubbles on top.
I love creme brulee so much. This is easily one of my favorite desserts ever. Creme brulee and bread pudding.
And this really isn't good for.
Do what?
It's not good for anything. I mean.
Oh. All he said, in case you didn't hear him, was the foam isn't good to save for anything, or
I guess you can add it to coffee or something if you'd like
it's just
to.
trash.
Well, Starbucks made foam, not trash.
Do the bubbles affect the dessert since they'll be topped with sugar?
I don't understand the question.
So, why should she care about the bubbles if she's going to brulee the top?
It won't really affect it. Just the look of it. I mean, if you're eating it for your personal, it doesn't matter.
It just looks better to have the foam off is all, he said. Yes. I think I usually would choose creme brulee. Creme brulee or bread pudding, James?
For myself?
Yes.
Depends on what kind of bread pudding it is.
At Circa, they used to make a caramel pecan bread pudding. Do you remember that?
It was maple pecan.
Maple pecan.
Most of the foam is gone.
Do you want to drink that?
What?
Your creme brulee?
Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's so good. No, I'm not eating any of this tonight. Cynthia, sometimes, I don't know. I say pecan sometimes I say pecan. I don't have a preferred. I think if I feel like I'm talking to fancy people, I'll say pecan. Otherwise, I just say pecan. What do you say, James? Pecan.
I'm not sure what size ladle this is. Probably about a 5-ounce ladle.
Are you going to have enough for your 8x8?
I'll just pour the rest of this in the 8x8. Well, we don't quite have enough for an 8x8. Orange and rankins. So these are actually 7-ounce ramekins.
So about 28 ounces of.
Yeah. Well, no.
About
That's
5.
probably 20 ounces, yeah.
So now he's going to
This is excessive.
use the 13 by 9. Oh, Lee, I do the exact opposite. If I'm trying to be fancy, I say pecan. Oh, no. We say, yeah, so the exact opposite. So these are going to go into the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes on 330 degrees Fahrenheit.
Once again, you just want to make sure you use hot water for your water bath.
I'm tired.
This is easier if you take a measuring cup and pour.
Why do you start with hot water?
So your water's not getting up to temp in the oven. It will take longer to cook if you do not use hot water. I actually used to carry these cans with these in them up a flight of stairs to get them in the oven.
How will you know when they're done?
So you'll shake your water bath, and you'll see your creme brulee solidify. It'll move like Jello, more so, and it won't be liquid.
And then you need to put it in the refrigerator for about 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then how about topping it?
For bruleeing it, turbinado sugar works best. So you'll want to take like a paper towel and dab the top of it, because sometimes they will get a little water on top just from when they cool down. Dab that off, sprinkle your turbinado sugar on top, and then just take a kitchen torch and brulee it. You don't want to burn your sugar when you're bruleeing it. You just want to caramelize it.
I'm going to hop off of here. I've got nothing to talk about for 40 minutes. If you are baking along and have any questions, feel free to tag me or James, and we'll help you along. Otherwise, have a great night, and I hope you make tons of creme brulee. Bye.